2017, an unknown young journalist goes public, accusing a senior industry figure close to the Japanese Prime Minister of raping her 2 years earlier in a Tokyo hotel.
レイプがどれだけ恐ろしく、その後の人生に大きな影響を与えるか伝えなくてはいけないと思いました。
Her name is Shiori Ito, and her story will now be heard around the world.
I have a chance to talk about what happened to me.
The man was never charged, but Ito-san won a civil case, and along the way, Japan's 100-year-old rape laws were finally updated.
All I want to do is talk about the truth.
The film charts her pursuit of her own story, about that night in Tokyo, and what it all says about the Japan in which it took place.
Ito-san.
Hi.
This experience of yours, I mean, so few people speak out about rape and sexual assault in Japan. So why did you raise your voice?
Well, first of all, this happened to me back in 2015. And then I realized that we had about 110 years old rape law. I didn't know anything about how backwards our legal system towards sexual violence. And it's just all the step I went through, going to police, try to report to police and get rejected, realized that we have to highlight this issue to be able to update.
In my limited experience of living in Japan, I cannot imagine how difficult it must have been for you to speak out. What is it about Japan that makes talking about something like this so particularly challenging?
Well, we have the saying, 出る釘は打たれる, so sticky nail has to be hammered. So it's just a norm that I feel like if you speak about something that no one is speaking about, or if there's some difference in you, it's difficult.
I have a chance to talk about the truth, what happened to me 2 years ago, which have been, I feel, which has been ignored.
And you find yourself, as a journalist, investigating an incident that happened to yourself.
I think I was just naive. When I went to police, I thought they would just take the case and investigate. But they didn't. They say these cases happens a lot and we can't do anything, so it's better for you to forget about it. And then I got to know it is kind of a reflection from the law, but at the same time, it was possible power related because the guy I was accusing was quite powerful.
We see you in the film literally chasing this story, chasing truth about what happened to you. You've been described as the face of the MeToo movement in Japan, and you sort of assume that MeToo means this sort of awakening in society, but it wasn't like that for you, was it, at the start?
No, also because it was half a year before MeToo movement happened. We didn't know any other people who would speak about the sexual violence. It was really hard. Right after I spoke, I got many threats, online troll was really horrible. But if people keep calling me, you're the face of Me Too, it's a true failure because Me Too is all about solidarity, all about speaking up together. And if they can only point me out as that person, it says a lot.
A lot of the film talks about your struggles to get your voice heard and women's voices heard in Japan. Where are we now? Will this film even be seen in Japan?
We still don't have any distribution plan yet. Our team are trying so hard, but yet we haven't found anything.
We see in the film the enormous emotional toll that this takes on yourself. How much of an ordeal has the past 9 years been?
The most challenging thing to make this film was I I had to face myself as a survivor. Making the traumatic story of your own, it's very therapeutic in the end. So I'm very happy that I had the power to tell my own story, and I really hope I can empower others to do so as well.
伊藤さん、
はい、
大変貴重なお話をありがとうございました。
どうもありがとうございます。
Thank you ever so much.
Thank you for having me.